Well, the Volkswagen Golf Alltrack got some pretty bad news. I just got the biggest repair estimate of my entire life for this car in order to make that sound go away. And considering I have a Maserati and a Porsche, that thing shouldn't even be a sentence that I've uttered. But I guess the universe is punishing me for not picking something more interesting. You know, I've taken really good care of this car over the years, making sure it's getting serviced on time, and there's been many a night over beers I have, defended the Volkswagen Golf wagon choice. So I will say I have a good family friend who is a mechanic, and he gave me a hot tip. My name is Travis, and this is my 2017 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack that was supposed to be a responsible and reliable vehicle to buy, but it has decided it wants to screw me. And fortunately, you're all along for the ride and you get to see the pain that I'm dealing with. Now, remember at the end of the last episode I said I had a hot tip? Well, the hot tip from my family friend who's a mechanic was that the shocks might be the culprit. So I did what anybody would do. I ordered shocks and then I put them on the car. But it didn't fix it, and it wasn't quite as straightforward as I just explained it. Why don't you listen to this? Hey, thanks for texting me back. I have a problem with my Golf and I don't know what it is. It's a loud sound that's coming from the rear. It's like a rhythmic thumping, but like I swerve it side to side, it doesn't make a grinding sound, and the tire shop says the tires are okay. What do you think it could be? Oh, well, I don't have time to come and look at it, but it's probably your shocks. But the thing about shocks, you have to take them off the car in order to know if they're good or if they're bad. Oh, dang. Well, if I'm going to do all that work, I should probably just buy them ahead of time, right? And swap them in. Yeah, that might work. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. This channel exists because I got tired of watching YouTube and seeing people show off their $1,000,000 garages and also trying to push whatever random video game or, get out of debt solution is the flavor of the week. I'm just a regular car guy who loves cars, and I want to document my journey, the good and the ugly, with all of you. And let me tell you, this one is an ugly one. After the fiasco with the shocks, I just was feeling pretty defeated. I'd spent money, not much, it was only 150 bucks, and done all the work over the course of a weekend, and I was left with this problem. And reflecting back on it, it was completely just amateur hour. I was describing the problem I was having through a text message to a family friend who was a mechanic his whole career. He's not a Volkswagen specialist. He doesn't know the specific problems these cars have. He just has his experience from working on all other sorts of cars. And so him not even being able to see it, and just the whole thing was like, I felt bad about it, and it's just like such an amateur move. And in order to get this car fixed and back on the road, because I want to sell it, I was like, look, I don't have the bandwidth, I don't have the time and energy to keep going down, different theories, trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with this car. So I gave in. I found a Volkswagen specialist shop and called them up, and it's like, hey, I've got this Golf. Do you think you can diagnose this problem for me? And they said, sure. So I brought them the car, and they looked at it, and they called me back, and they gave me the biggest number that I have ever received as far as what work on a car is going to cost. So the shop cited two different things that are wrong with this car, potentially, that is creating the noise. The first thing, the rear wheel bearings. I know I had tested them. I guess I didn't test them thoroughly enough, or they weren't bad enough to have their symptoms be shown in the way that I was trying to get it to. They said that to fix the rear wheel bearings with parts and labor, it would be $982.69. So I'm like, that's not too bad. But it was the next one that is kind of the killer and makes me feel like even more of an idiot. And that is the rear differential. They said that the rear differential on Golfs goes bad, and that mine likely is having that problem with the sound that's coming from the back end. And they quoted me a price of $5,996.94 for a new differential and the labor to install it. That brings that grand total to $6,979.63. Now, that's a big number. The Porsche has never had a repair bill or an estimate that big. The Maserati has never had a repair bill or an estimate that big. So this is uncharted territory for me in terms of paying for car problems. And I did not anticipate that the Golf was going to be the one that was going to be my expensive problem child. Now, I am looking at this and kind of kicking myself because, like I had said in the previous episode, I didn't do all my research on this car. This wasn't a car that I was obsessing over. It wasn't something that I wanted. It was something that I needed. And I thought that a reliable, practical Volkswagen was going to be easy and drama-free. So I did only the PPI and read some reports about it, consumer reports that said they're pretty great, you'll love driving them, and said it's a newer car than the other things I'm driving. This should be good to go. But had I done a little bit more digging, I would have found that the differentials on these cars are notorious for failing, and they're very expensive to fix. And I would likely have steered my search in a different direction. Maybe. Or I would have just bought another Porsche. Well, we can't go back in time, but now we're going to try and move our path forward with this car. So I'm running out of options on what I can do to fix this Golf, but I do have one Hail Mary left that I can try. So follow along and let's see if we can fix the Golf.